Hello everyone, it's Erin. This is my first tutorial ever, so please excuse any mistakes I might make. What I am going to make today is one of these rosettes, flowers, whatever you want to call it, made out of bows. I saw this on someone else's channel and I am so bad. I didn't write it down. I will go back in my history and look and find out who it was and put it in the description. But they made theirs out of a punch, and I imitated them, and I made mine out of a die cut, these little ones. A die cut that I got from AliExpress. And I used the biggest one in the three. Let me see, is it in here? Did I put it back? I did put it back. It's this die cut, and I used, there's all the pieces, makes 3 different sizes. I used this one, and that made that. But that's not what I'm going to use. I wanted to make a bigger one, because hers were good size. Her die was a lot bigger than mine. And I know how to make the bows out of the envelope punch board, so I thought I would try that, and through trial and error I finally figured out how to do it. And I know a lot of people have the envelope punch board, so I figured I would share what I learned with you. So the first thing you need is 4 strips of paper. And you can use there's 5 strips there. I like to use double-sided paper so that when you make it, it's just not white on the inside. There's like color in there, but that's up to you. And you can also, on this one I alternated the patterns because it's double-sided. And you can use 4 different colored prints, whatever you want. Whatever paper you want. And this isn't quite as heavy as cardstock, but it's not thin paper either. Use whatever you like. This paper is, I kept this, Heidi Grace Designs, and I got it from Tuesday morning. Yep, I got it from Tuesday morning. So, yep, you're going to need 4 pieces of paper, and they have to be 9 inches long and 7/8 inches wide. So the first thing you're going to do is go in and score. You can see that, right? Yeah. Go in and score at 2, and then score at 4.5, and then flip it over and score again at 4.5. Can you see what I'm doing? 4.5. That's a little bit more. There we go. And 2. So your paper is going to look like that. And then you're going to flip it over this way to the other end and score at 2. And then flip it over and score the other side at 2. So your paper is going to look like that. Then you're going to take the end and put it in there and try to get it centered and cut out the notch, and then do the same thing to the other end. Okay, and we're going to do that 4 times. So 2, 4.5, flip it, 4.5, 2, flip it, 2 again, flip it, 2 again, put in the notch, get the other end. I had coffee today, pardon my shaking hands. Okay, so there's 2. Oh, I forgot to plug in my glue gun. Okay, plug that sucker in real quick. Where's the end of my thing? Ah, where are you? There it is. I knew I'd forget to do something. All right, so score at 2, 4.5, flip it, 4.5, 2, flip it, 2, flip it, notch the end, flip it, notch the end. Okay, one more, one left. Right, so 2, 4.5, flip it, 4.5, 2, other end, 2, and 2, notch it, flip it, notch the other end, and you should have 4 of these. Throw those away. Some people save those. I do not. So there you go. 4 of those. All right. So now you're going to take either the score that came with the envelope punch board or a pencil, and you're going to round these. I'm going to make one that has all the same. I'm going to make one like that. So I'm going to round them all the same. If I wanted to alternate, I would round some this way, but I'm not going to because I want them all this way. Hope my glue gun is getting hot. Okay. I hope you could see what I'm doing. Oop, get over here. All right. And around that. And around that. Okay, so we've got 4 of those with the bow part rounded. Okay. Now you're going to flip it over and just kind of bend this so that it matches like that. And do the other end, bend it so that it matches. And then do that to all 4. Bend that so that it matches, so that these parts line up. Okay, do it to this one. Do it to that one, and do it to the last one. Okay, so there we go. All right, so those are all ready to be glued. Okay, yep. This glue gun is new, and it drips, and I am not happy, and it wasn't cheap. AdTech Precision Pro. Anybody else have the problem with this? All right, so you're going to put a little bit of glue in the middle. You don't need a ton. Go to your strings, and I always use an eraser because I do not want to burn myself. Line these up, and I take an eraser and I push it down. Okay. I did not put enough glue, or I waited too long. One or the other. Let's try that again. Glue. Might be a little too cold in here. It's like, how cold is it out right now? It's like 40, I want to say, and dropping. No, not even. It's in the 30s right now. Let's see. Stick that like that. Okay. Oh, glue string. Okay. Another one. That there. And line them up. one more. Put the glue in there. I hope you can see what I'm doing. My hands are probably in the way. Let's put that one there. And then touch that one right to it. Okay. All right. And I like to get these out of there. All right, so now we have 4 of those glued. We have to do one more thing so that they will fit together nicely. This part in the middle is not thin enough. So pinch it together, but try not to crease this because you want your bow to still have that roundness on the end. So pinch it together like that, and then take your scissors. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. Take your scissors and kind of cut it up to the middle like that. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, and then flip it over. Boy, my hands are shaky. I am so sorry. Go up to the middle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then do the other one, and do the other one. Okay, so there's that one. Then you have to do that to all the other ones. I know this looks like it has a lot of steps, but once you get going, it goes quickly. Everybody says that, right? I know it looks like, but once you get going, but it's true. And cut it. There's 2. Do this one. 2. Flip it. Do this one. I'm going to do this one. 3. Okay, one more. Oh, I already did that one. Should have one more left, right? Yep, there it is. Okay. So, cut it. Do the other side. Flip it. Do this side. Turn it around. And do that side. All right, so we've got a notch cut out of all 4 of the bows. Now you're going to glue them together. Okay, so the first 2 you're going to glue together to make them look like a cross. So just 90-degree angles. And push it down. You want to push it down because you don't want that middle to be real thick. So push that down. There we go. So you've got that. Okay. Now you're going to go in between those 4 points. So it's kind of like a cross on a cross. Okay. I'll put that in there. Make sure the middle's lined up. Make sure they match. Okay. Kind of pinch it together. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to put another one this way. Ooh, lots of glue strings on that one. Okay. So I'm going to turn it and do it at 90 degrees. Kind of line the middles up. Okay. So there's that. I hate glue strings. Ugh. All right, and for the middle, you can use a flat back gem. I'm going to use a button. So I have to choose a button. Ugh. All right, here's my button. My button jar. I'm sure you're all having a giggle at it right now. And I think I'm going to use one of these velvet, black velvet covered buttons. And there's two sizes in here. There's this size. And there, whoop, there is this size. I don't know. I like the big one. All right, so it's got a little, you know, it's got the bail on the back or whatever you want to call it that you use to sew it on. I don't want that on there. So I'm going to take my little jewelry, it's got the little thing on it. I don't know, can you see that? So I'm going to take my jewelry cutters and I'm going to cut that off. My little wire cutters. And it's plastic. I've done it on metal buttons too. You hear it, ping. So then you just have the flat back of the button. All right. So I'm going to glue that on. I'm going to make sure it's in the middle. Press that down pretty good. Pretty well. All right, and then I have one thing left to do. I need to punch a circle out of my paper. This is a Creative Memories punch. It's loud, I apologize. If anyone's wondering. Oh, almost dropped it. All right. And I don't like to use hot glue when I glue these backs on because I want to get the glue to the edge. And I'm kind of paranoid of burning myself. So I'm going to use Aleene's Tacky Glue. That's what's in this little bottle. I take the Aleene's and I put it in this bottle because it has a nice small nozzle. But it's not too small. It was originally fabric paint, I guess. All right, slide that over, put that on the back, press down, make sure it's stuck to those four. And after you've done that, you can attach it to whatever you want. You can glue it to a big paper clip. You can attach it to the front of a journal, put it in Happy Mail, just whatever you would do with a bow. You put it on a present, just whatever. So there's the bow. I hope that my instructions were clear. This is my first tutorial, so, but there it is. There's the back. I hope you liked it, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do more of these. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.